Some people wait all year for their birthday. They count the days, plan the celebration, imagine the messages, the attention, the feeling of being seen. And then there are others. People who wake up on their birthday, glance at the calendar, and continue their day exactly the same. No party, no candles, sometimes not even a quiet dinner. Just another square checked off in time. At first glance, this can seem strange, cold even, but psychology tells a much deeper story. Because when someone treats their birthday like an ordinary day, it's rarely about not caring. It's about how they learned to care. Let's start with the most silent reason, the one that forms early and leaves no visible scars. Some people learned, slowly and painfully, that expecting celebration leads to disappointment. Maybe their birthday was forgotten once. Then again, maybe they planned something and few people showed up. Or the attention felt forced, rushed, like an obligation rather than joy. When this happens repeatedly, the mind adapts. Psychologists call this emotional withdrawal, a quiet form of self-protection. The brain learns a simple rule: if I don't expect anything, I won't be hurt. So the birthday loses its emotional weight. Not because it doesn't matter, but because caring too much became unsafe. For these people, treating the birthday as just another day isn't indifference. It's armor. Now, there's another group quieter, but not wounded. These are people whose lives are constantly in motion. Deadlines, responsibilities, work that follows them home, thoughts that never fully shut off. Their birthday doesn't disappear. It just gets swallowed. When the mind is overloaded, special days don't register emotionally. Time becomes flat. Monday feels like Friday. January feels like October. This isn't sadness. It's cognitive saturation. Their brain isn't avoiding the birthday, it's simply busy surviving the rest of life. For them, celebration requires space, and space is something modern life rarely gives. But then, there's the third group, and this is where psychology becomes truly interesting. Some people don't celebrate their birthday because they don't need it. They are fully aware of the date. They know its meaning. They simply don't feel the pull. Not because they're lonely, not because they're busy, but because their sense of worth isn't tied to public recognition. Psychological research shows that when self-esteem depends heavily on external validation, attention, gifts, social approval, emotional stability becomes fragile. Mood rises and falls based on how others respond. But people who build their identity internally experience something different. They don't need one specific day to feel important. They don't outsource meaning to a calendar. This aligns with what psychologists call self-determination theory, the idea that true well-being comes from autonomy, inner validation, and self-acceptance. For them, maturity isn't becoming serious. It's becoming self-contained. And this mindset rarely applies only to birthdays. People who downplay their birthday often live quietly in other ways too. They don't chase attention. They don't need applause to feel real. They value depth over display. This doesn't mean they never feel lonely. It means they've learned something rare: how to feel complete without an audience. Instead of waiting one day a year to feel special, they distribute meaning across all days. A day can pass quietly without being empty. Silence does not always signal loss. Sometimes it signals resolution. There are people who no longer need a marked date to feel anchored in their own lives. They don't rely on candles or messages to confirm their worth. Their sense of presence isn't activated by attention, it's already there. When a birthday arrives and nothing dramatic happens, it can mean the person has learned to sit comfortably with themselves. Not numb, not disconnected, just settled. For some, the choice to keep the day simple comes after years of emotional noise. After too many expectations pulling in opposite directions. After learning that excitement can turn into pressure, and pressure can quietly drain meaning. So they choose something softer, something contained, a rhythm that doesn't demand performance or explanation. This doesn't mean the past didn't leave marks. It means those marks were studied, not ignored, integrated, not denied. Others move through the day with calm because they've stopped measuring their lives by moments of recognition. They no longer need proof that they matter. They already feel it in how they live, think, and choose. The question then is not about celebration. It's about relationship. Your relationship with time, with memory, with yourself. Are you stepping away from the spotlight because it once burned? Or because you've outgrown the need to stand under it? Some people avoid the day because it activates old tension. Others pass through it lightly because it carries no charge anymore. Both look the same from the outside. But internally, they are completely different experiences. One is shaped by self-protection, the other by self-sufficiency. And the difference isn't visible in how the day looks. It's felt in how the body responds to it. In the end, what matters isn't whether the day is marked or ignored. What matters is whether the quiet feels heavy or free. Because when there is no longing beneath the silence, what remains isn't absence, it's balance. And if this reflection resonated with you, if it made you pause, even for a moment, then you already understand the kind of space this channel is meant to be. Here, we don't rush emotions. We don't simplify what is complex. We explore the quiet patterns that shape who we are, often without us noticing. So, if you value depth over noise, clarity over chaos, and understanding over quick answers, subscribe to the channel, not for constant stimulation, but for moments of insight, for language that gives shape to what you've always felt but never fully named. And if this video found you at the right time, stay. There's more coming.